In Judge Manning's court, this plaintiff is seeking a TPO against his ex-girlfriend because she won't stop texting and sitting outside his house. Get your popcorn ready and let's get right into the video.
Yep. Okay. Go!
Right, Albert Moon and Lauren Stubbs. You both take yourself off mute. Do either of you have witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor.
And who are your witnesses?
Cody Wilkie, Erica Osborne.
Okay, they're on here. What about you, Mr. Moon?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's see. So both of your witnesses are on here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to send them back to the waiting room. All right, both of you raise your right hands. All right, do you swear a firm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Moon, go ahead and tell me what's going on.
So the last contact I've had in regards to this case is with Detective Morgan William. He basically called Lauren Stubbs and then called me afterwards just to get a clear idea with what was going on between us. Last contact I had was with Detective Morgan William. He basically told me that he spoke to Lauren Stubbs.
I don't want to hear what the detective said. The detective's not here.
Okay. Then before that, the last previous contact I've had with Lauren Stubbs is on June 29th on Tuesday through text message. Going back to the 28th, 26th, 24th, pretty much every single day for almost a month now. These text messages range from anything that contains basically asking for money, stalking, gang stalking, threatening to ruin my life, get me fired from my current employer, and various other psychological attacks on me. Now, she also has showed up in person to my house several times outside waiting for me to leave in her car. She has also gotten within a certain distance of my home to connect to my smart TV to prove that she was outside of my house and that she was out there waiting for me. And I also have several text messages stating just the various above to show to the court.
Okay, so you guys dated. So start from June 18th. Go ahead.
We basically broke up and she showed up unannounced to my home. We went for a short walk and I told her I was breaking up and I called the police because she was just starting to get physical with me. And the police were called. This was the second time that they were there. They basically said that if you two can't behave properly and work this thing out, then get us involved. The police weren't involved again after that. And after that, I just tried to cut off contact with her because we broke up. And after that, there was just a flurry of text. I think on the day that I filed my police report to get a TPO, I had received over 60 plus texts that day. And that was also the same day that I took the video evidence of her showing up to my house unannounced, connecting to my TV. And in addition, as she's threatening to fire me, she knows the person within the company that's basically getting us employment, who is telling her what productions that I'm working on, which is confidential. And there's really no other way for anyone to know unless you're basically employing us into that production.
All right, what else?
That's all I have. Oh, and online stalking as well.
Okay, tell me about that.
So basically, I'm taking classes online to improve my employability, and she found out that she basically is going across all of the different websites that there's social media on and scouring them to see if there's any updates on me. And then she sent me various text messages saying that I spent money on that when I should have given it to her. She's going onto my Instagram. She said that you're now basically in communication with someone that she knew. And then also the apartment that I was staying in, my roommate basically put up a advertisement saying that my room was up for someone to lease from him. And she sent me that through text as well, saying that she knew that was going on.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. All right, ma'am, I'll hear from you.
All right. Your Honor, I have not spoken to Albert since he filed the TPO. I have absolutely no desire to talk to him. Our relationship was very abusive mentally and physically. I was trying to contact him to get my belongings back, my money back, and he had hit a car with my car, and he told me that he would be getting it fixed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is hard. I got him this job in this industry. I worked really hard for this job. I moved here without any friends or family to live my career. I said, but I have not talked to anybody about this, but since I put in such a good word for him and got him in so easy, I do not want to be affiliated with him in this industry. And I want people to know that he could also be taking their money, belongings, and I don't want him to assault or hurt another girl. I have not been able to work the past 3 weeks because I am nervous to run into him at work. And I didn't find out through someone else that he was working those jobs. He told me that he was working those jobs before we broke up. We broke up about a month ago, so I had only contacted him for 2 weeks after we broke up. The night we broke up, we went on a walk. He said, "I'm not moving in with you," which was a week and a half before we were supposed to move in together. I said, "We need to talk about this and split our stuff up. We just need to have a conversation." He would not have a conversation. He called the police. I just sat across the street and waited for them to come. And I told them, like, that's fine. I do not want to see him. I just wanted to figure this out. I'm sorry. I drove him for 4 months to and from work for free to help him out because he was in a car accident. As soon as he got his car, he dipped. He basically used me for rides for a career. He hit another car with my car. And when he did that, he got a gun out from his house, took it to my car, and told me I couldn't file a police report. He then tried to grab my phone and myself. He stood outside my car with the gun in his mouth, telling me that he would kill himself if he did that. I called the police on him secretly, and they had to talk him down to get the gun. It was really traumatic for me. I'm sorry, I'm upset right now. He would bring up killing himself a lot if things weren't going his way. It was one of those situations where I was scared to leave because there's one thing about abuse. It's easy to keep going with false promises that it will be better. But I'm still going to make a beautiful life for myself, even if I lost the past year. Because coming home from a failed relationship is a lot better than going home in a coffin.
All right, sir. Do you have any the physical proof where she's been texting you?
Yes, I have it on the Dropbox. So
you want to share your screen?
Yes, of course. So this is the evidence of her showing up unannounced. So as you can see here, it says Lauren Stubbs, unlinked to device. So basically my phone is connected to the TV. She has to be within a certain range. I think it's less than 30 yards for her to connect to the TV and to send the signal out to her. And this was just what was posted here. And I'm also just stating that what the time and the date of this was going on. Here are the text messages.
Did you wreck her car?
No, there's a fender bender, for lack of a better term, but the car was not wrecked.
That's Fender bender, that's a wreck. I mean, there's no, it's a wreck is a wreck is a wreck is a wreck. You call it what you want to. Did you pay for the damage to her car?
No, what I told her is send me an invoice and I can send you the money, but I never receive any invoice because how can I know
Stop.
that that will be
Stop.
fixed?
Do you have an invoice?
He did not say that. And me
Okay, I
and
don't
him,
care what he said. Do you have an invoice where you had it fixed or how much it's going to cost?
in person, me and him had gone to get it
How
quote.
much is it going to cost?
$800.
Did you have a quote?
We went in person, but I can get it printed out from them.
Okay.
I will go back.
Sir, were you there when she got the quote?
She never got a quote when I was there in person with her. Okay, so here's the screenshots. Basically, another witness she has here, Erica Osborne. I went out with some friends that I met at work, and she just happened to be there along with her friend. And this is just showing that she was in communication with Lauren about my whereabouts after the PTO was filed. So this is just her basically just saying, like, I know that you were there. And that underneath this here, it says, I know that you're working the scene for a production that I was supposed to be booked on, but it was well in advance that there's really no way for her to know unless someone within the actual casting company tells you. Because the way that it basically works is that the people who are actually on the production site at the time of filming, they don't have that information ahead of time. They're basically given it the night before, as far as I'm aware. And because of that, the only way that she could have gotten that information was directly from the casting company itself. So that's the first text. So you need to give me my money. You need to tell me everything. I told everyone in the film industry to avoid you because you're an abuser. So this is part of the evidence of her trying to get me fired, trying to get me ostracized from the industry. Here's the text evidence stating that she's going to put out a YouTube video in Atlanta and basically try to abuse and state that I'm an abuser and destroy my name. This text here is telling her to stop texting me. This is stated from Officer Blunt at the Sandy Springs Police Department. Beneath that, it says that she has filed her TPO and that she'll see me on set next week. Again, she's continuing to talk to me after I've told her that she has to stop. She's continuing to ask about the car. Asking about the car. Basically asking for money. Give me a minute while this loads.
All right. All right, ma'am, I'll hear from you. Just let me finish hearing from her.
Okay.
Sure, I'll stop sharing.
Your Honor, me and Albert did go to the car shop to get a quote together. They had quoted us about the $800. I knew what he was working because we had recently broken up and we had shared with each other what we were working on. I have called HR in person. I'm trying to think of the word. It was a personal services hotline basically for the film production. And they told me that they are unable to let me know what he is working on so I can avoid him. So I have no idea actually what he is working on. And that is why I have mostly not worked the past 3 weeks because I am very scared to run into him. We did work together twice on set and we were civil. We did not speak to each other. We did not have any encounters. We just sat across from each other, stayed far away from each other. But after the TPO he filed, I did not go to set because I did not want to break that. So that has caused me a lot of lost work time.
Are you guys still working together?
No, you're.
I have been offered to work a lot of times on what he is working on, but I do not want to break the TPO. I am very sorry about those texts. He did terminate our lease a week and a half before we were supposed to move, and I was very upset, and I really wanted my belongings back. He had my MacBook, my Cricut.
You have all your stuff back?
He left it outside my house in the open, I think 2 weeks ago.
So you've got all your stuff back?
Yes.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put this in place, ma'am. I'm going to allow you. Here's what I'm going to allow. I'm going to put it in place for 6 months. Y'all need a little breathing room. But I'm going to say, I'm not going to restrain you from being able to work. So it's 10 yards if you guys happen to be working together on a set. I'm not going to restrain your ability to make money. So think about a football field, okay? So
Okay.
10-yard line, 20-yard line, because I'm not going to restrain anybody's ability to make money, especially during these times. All right? Don't call him. Don't reach out to him.
I will not.
If you go and you get a quote and it's to fix your car, you can send him that, and then he's got 50 days to pay you after you send him that, okay? But
Thank
stay
you.
away from him. Stop calling him. Leave him alone. But that one time, that's it, okay? Don't reach out to him anymore.
Yes, Your Honor. I have not, and I have no plans on speaking to him.
Where did he go? Did he just hang up?
I think so. He probably is upset.
So I'm going to let you send him that so he can, obviously he says, yes, he did damage. Well, he called it a fender bender instead of arrest, but I'm not splitting hairs.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for helping me.
So it'll be 6 months. So you can send him that one time. He can pay you back, but it'll make 10 yards while you're at work. If you have to work with him, if I were you, I'd kind of avoid that.
Yeah, I am trying my hardest.
So when he comes back, you got that, Jill? Because I think this is one of yours.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You can go ahead and, do we have your email? Do you want to put your email in the chat? Miss Frill, email you a copy of this order.
Thank
That's
you.
good
And I
seeing
am in temporary housing right now. He does not know my address, and I do not want him to know my
That's
address.
okay. Just put your email in there. We're going to shoot you a copy of the order. Mr. Moon, we're going to email you a copy of your order. You can go ahead and leave, Mr. Moon. We're going to email you a copy of your order.
Okay, so just to be clear, the
We're going to go
PTO
ahead. We're going to email you a copy of your order. You can go ahead and leave, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, God, that was horrible.